All right, R&B singer Neo was feeling the heat from social media after he made comments about transgender children. Watch this clip.
First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls, okay? That's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel.
All right, Al, what do you think about his actions? What do you think about this, Al, and what he said?
There's 2 things here. So we got to remember that initially he apologized. Well, now we found out he didn't really do it. He is inferring that it was his publicist who apologized or submitted that original apology. I don't see there's anything wrong with it. Like he said, he's a father and he can have his opinion. And I have to echo his opinion as it relates, in my opinion, when it comes to medical decisions or big time medical decisions. I feel like if the parent is there, the parent has the ability to say, hey, this is a big step, and I think you should wait. If the parent doesn't approve, I think you should wait until you're 18 to make your own decisions.
All right, Al, what do you think? Funky, what do you think about this?
Listen, I definitely agree. I'm going to take the trans aspect out of it for 2 seconds. Anything having to do with a major, irreversible, or life-changing decision, yes, it is the parent's job to shield the child and make them wait. The only thing that I don't like about the 18 and over conversation is that a lot of transphobic people, they try to hide behind that argument and pretend like, okay, I'm not cool with it, but then the minute they turn 18, then I don't have a problem with it. And it's like, you know what, some of y'all cut your bullshit. Some of y'all that try to hide behind this 18 and over thing, so you mean to tell me when the child is 17.9, you're not all right with it, but day 18.1, magically you're no longer going to have an opinion and you're going to be fine with the lifestyle, as y'all call it, or the choice? Miss me with the bullshit. But I can respect Neo. I can respect anybody who say what they mean what they say, and stand firm in their word while they walk and they talk. And that's what he did. Whether I agree with his opinion or not, I respect the fact that he said what he said and take it or leave it.
Yeah, I agree with any major decision, life-altering, major decisions. Even drinking and smoking and driving cars, we have rules for that. And I think there should be a different set of standards for the trans, for that conversation. I think we should kind of keep it. I think that's where we get a problem. I think we should keep things kind of consistent across the board. Then there's no problem. No one can talk their shit. And there's nothing to be mad about.
But here's the other thing too. I find it odd and I find it hypocritical sometimes because we have other stories that are unrelated to trans, and the dominant community as a whole is quick to say, well, that's those people's children. That's their household. Let people raise their children the way they want to raise them. A lot of parents on this feed, y'all don't want people to intercede when y'all make decisions about y'all children when it comes to discipline, so on and so forth. So, it's a sketchy thing. While I do think that the decision should be, put onto the child becomes an adult, what happened to letting that parent do what they feel is best for their child? Because we, having our opinions, not having children and not being in a household, we don't know what conversations that parent may have had with that child over the span of their life. We don't know what psychiatric and psychological care that parent may have taken with that child before they turn 18 to make that decision. So it really isn't our place to dictate how other people doctor and not doctor their children.
Yeah, and that's why I think, to not be hypocritical, maybe there needs to be a standard age for adult type decisions. I don't know. Or let's just care less about what people do in their house. That's also a way to go about it.
I'm leaning towards the latter. Because here's the thing. If I sex change my child at 3 years old, it literally doesn't affect the daily operations of your life whatsoever. And I said 3 years old as an extreme. Nobody's getting a sex change at 3 years old. But the point is, if I get my child a sex change, it doesn't impact you or yours one way or another. So what are we really arguing here?
Well, maybe, and I know we don't want to spend too much time on this, but maybe it's like this. There's an argument to be made that there's a lot of terrible parents out there, and there have to be, and for some people, unfortunately, there needs to be some rules, or they would let them do anything. There's parents that want to do drugs with their kids and drink with their kids, right? So we have laws against that, right? So I agree on some sort of guidelines, but I agree with you as well. Like, also, you can't be micromanaging people's households, but I don't know. We have to find a happy medium where there is guardrails in place to protect people. Because listen, you said 3, okay, say someone's okay with 11. You know what I mean? We go through phases. There was times I thought I was a superhero and I could fly, and I jumped and busted my ass. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that, you know, our minds aren't ready for. So I'm sure we're going to keep on talking about this because it keeps popping up, because it keeps being trending. But I think that's how we get to a better understanding. We keep having these conversations, right?